What's up, guys? I'm Flukes of Hazard. Welcome back to the channel. Real quick before we get into it today, if you guys like the content I'm putting out, I'd like to ask you to make sure you smash that like and subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any more videos from the channel, and drop a comment down below. Let me know what else you want to see on the channel. I'm on a journey right now to grow the channel and build a community around this channel, so the more you guys interact, the more you can show the YouTube algorithm that you like the content I'm putting out, the faster we can do that. And it's going to take your guys' help to do it. All right, let's get into today's mission. So we're returning to the P-38 Lightning Strikes scripted campaign today for our second mission, Operation Overloon. The time is 16:30 hours. And we'll be taking off again from Florence Airfield for a ground attack mission just over the front line. Our intelligence report is Operation Market Garden has ended, and the British 1st Airborne Division has been almost completely wiped out. The 7th Armored Division under Lieutenant General Simpson has completed a forced march to the Netherlands to assist the British 104th Infantry occupying the area now. The Germans have counterattacked from the east and crossed the Meuse River at Venlo. The 7th has launched an attack towards Overloon from the north and needs some help. Their goal is to beat the Germans back across the Meuse River, but it turns out enemy forces are quite a bit stronger than anticipated. General Simpson was told there were less than 2,000 tired troops in the area, but he is facing over 7,000 frontline troops and half an SS Panzer division. Our Shermans are getting mauled, so our job is going to be to bring some hurt down on the Germans getting in the way of our guys. So we're going to be doing an armed reconnaissance over Venlo, and the 7th Armored Division has a forward observer close to the front line who will be in radio contact with us once we get over the target area. Call sign Steeplechase, and he will direct us to our targets and have the artillery mark them with red smoke. Lead flight will provide high cover while the second flight delivers ordnance on target, and then lead flight will attack targets directed by Steeplechase while the second flight takes over high air cover. We're going to take off to the west at 1700 hours and climb to 2,000 feet. Turn northwest and climb above the cloud base with form up at 8,000 feet and proceed to the target area. When we get over there, lead will let Steeplechase know that we are there on Channel B, and we'll have targets marked by red smoke artillery shells. Weather briefing looks like there's some pretty heavy cloud cover. It's cleared a little bit, but we've got a cloud layer at 6,000 feet and 7,000 feet. Wind from the west at less than 3 knots. Temperature is 42 degrees with no rain. All right, so we're going to be the second aircraft in the second flight.
Bluebird, cleared for takeoff.
Bluebird, taking off. Out.
All right, here we go.
This is flight Bluebird, airborne, over.
Bluebird, proceed with your mission.
Bluebird 2,
Good Lord. Joining up in formation with AI wingmen is always really stressful for me because I have trust issues. Okay, I think we are just about in formation here. So, I will catch up with you guys when something interesting happens or when we reach the initial point. Alright, we're back and we've made the turn from the initial point, and I am deliberately falling in trail of my flight here because trust issues. And I'm just gonna hang back here, let them make their run, and then I'll go in and make my run.
Sweepstakes, this is Flight Bluebird in combat sector. Over. Bluebird, this is Sweepstakes. In contact. Proceed with your mission. Winds from the east. Bluebird, transport. Spotted. 1 o'clock. Range about 4.5 miles. Engage. Out.
Alright, start picking up speed here. Get ready for the attack. Alright, they're diving in.
Bluebird, transport. Spotted. 12 o'clock. Range half mile. Engage. Out.
Alright. Looks like we took out a machine gun. I can do better than that, though. That got something. That might have been a truck. Ooh, a tank. Yes, I'll take some enemy armor all day long. Alright, we still got 6 rockets to drop on them. See if I can do anything to the rest of that column. Where's the rest of my flight?
Sweepstakes. Destroy enemy. Vehicles to the southwest. Range about 1 mile. Bluebird. Vehicles. Fight. Line clock. Range about 1 mile. Engage. Out.
Got one more pair of rockets left. Ah, that was long. Don't see any enemy aircraft at the moment. Wait a minute. Those are gray. Are those bandits? Those are friendly.
Target destroyed.
sure if I killed that. Yep, I did. Killed another machine gun. That was a bad strafing pass.
Bluebird, rejoin formation and continue with the mission. Out.
Elwood, rejoin formation and continue with the mission. Out.
Ooh. That got a little toasty. Okay. Where's our flight? What's up guys, Future Flukes here. I just wanted to take a quick moment during the egress here to give you a quick channel update and also explain why it took me so long to get this video out. So about a year ago, my water pump decided to grenade itself. And I didn't get any kind of indications of failure from any of my software telling me what had failed. I just knew that something had gone bang inside the case. And it wasn't until I was recording the B-roll footage for this video that I discovered that 3 of my temperature sensors on the motherboard were completely dead. They were reading 0 degrees C in a room that was about 80 degrees Fahrenheit at the time. So it should have been reading something and it wasn't. So what I wound up having to do was convert the computer over to an air-cooled setup, and I ran all but one of the fans to an external fan controller to be able to ensure that the CPU is not getting too hot and that everything else inside the computer is not getting too hot. Now, it's a short-term fix that will hopefully work. I'm still kind of testing it out a little bit, but what it's going to mean for video production is that you may hear fan noise in the background in coming videos. I'll try to filter it out as best as I can in post, but I'm going to have to ask you to bear with me because it might take me a few episodes to kind of fine-tune that and find a setting that really makes it less distracting. On to the channel update. So I've put some thought into it, and if you watched the last video in the Normandy series, where I was kind of complaining about the bug where we get intercepted short of the target and the flight leader gets shot down and then we can't advance the mission. That really rubbed me the wrong way. So what I've decided to do is in the next video I'm going to restart that campaign, and I'm going to restart it as the commander from the start. Now it's going to mean that we don't get the progression as far as as far as promotions go, but the flip side to that, or the advantage I should say to that, is going to be that I will be able to make the tactical decision in the moment whether or not to engage or try to run or possibly drag the intercepting flight into our objective area so that it doesn't trigger any bugs. This is something I've done in campaigns I've flown in the past that I didn't record. It works out pretty well, and it also affords me the ability to order the flight back into formation after getting engaged and continue on with the mission. It's gonna be what it is. It's not an ideal solution, but I don't see the IL-2 devs fixing that anytime soon. So until they do, we're gonna have to play as the commander. One of the other advantages that we're gonna be able to have is being able to form up and manage the airspeed so we can cruise at max continuous engine settings and be cruising at closer to 300 miles an hour or 300 knots. I don't remember which the P-38 reads in. Either way, we're going to be cruising much closer to an effective combat speed should we get intercepted, which is going to give us better aircraft performance overall. As well as having the advantage that on missions where we are expecting escort, so ground strike missions, I will be able to alter airspeed to allow the escorting aircraft to stay with us, which is something the AI doesn't do. They either cruise too slow and then you get into combat and you're kind of starting at a disadvantage for airspeed, or they cruise too fast and your escorting flight never gets a chance to link up with you because they don't slow down to allow for the form up. And that's really detrimental in a gameplay aspect because usually enemy fighters come up to engage you short of the target in that situation, and if your escorting fighters aren't there to deal with them, you're toast. You're left with either punching your ordnance off or trying to dogfight with it on while also starting from a less than ideal airspeed. So that's what I've got for that. One quick note as well, I will be building a replacement computer, actually 2 replacement computers. The first one's going to be a bit of a cannibalization build, but it's probably going to be somewhere between August and October before I get that one built. And then the other build after that is going to be from the ground up, something completely new with twice the storage, twice the speed, all the bells and whistles that I can afford. And that will enable me to have a separate editing rig from my gaming rig. So thank you for taking the time to sit through these boring visuals and listen to my spiel, and I will catch back up with you guys when we are on landing approach. See you then. Alright guys, we made it back to base and it looks like everybody survived the mission. So we're just setting up to land here. We definitely brought the pain, that is for sure. That position by the time we left was well and truly worked over. So hopefully our troops on the front line have an easier fight ahead of them.
Landing clearance. Tower, this is Bluebird 2. Landed. Over.
Bluebird, clear the runway.
Bluebird 2. Roger.
That sun is brutal. Right in my eyes. Let's see. We did. Ooh. Oh, this is a pretty nice one. All right, so we got one light armored vehicle and one medium armored vehicle. So that would have been the tanks that we attacked. We got 2 machine guns, 1 artillery cannon, and a AAA emplacement. That's not too shabby for a single mission, I gotta say. All right, so that's going to do it for this video, guys. Make sure you share the video with your friends. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and drop a comment down below. Let me know what else you want to see. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.